Have you ever started a new weight loss journey where you told yourself you're gonna do everything that you promised yourself you would do? You start a new diet, you create a meal plan, you start working out, now you get started and then you're doing great, you're eating right, you start exercising. Then that one particular day comes along, you let your cravings get to you and you are staring at that box of cookies and you start to think like, you know what, maybe this cookie won't hurt, let me just have one cookie. And the next thing you know, you find yourself digging a bunch of other stuff in the kitchen and then you're just like, screw it, I might as well just give up my diet. And then you start feeling bad about yourself, you start thinking like, I messed up, I give up, you start feeling unmotivated. Well, if you answered yes to any of this, then this video is for you. And that is about to change for you today. So for those of you guys who are new on my channel, what's up? My name is Marissa. I've lost over 43 pounds. I started from January 2020 and then I lost all the weight in June 2020. I've been maintaining my weight ever since. I do have a video on how I started my weight loss journey. I go much more deeper into my personal experience. So if you haven't checked out that video, I definitely would. Now in this video today, I'm going to show you guys 5 ways how you can stay on track with your weight loss journey. I know what it's like to lose motivation, to not have discipline, to not have self-control. I've been through it all, you guys. I have been trying to get myself to eat healthier in the past so many times. So let's get into it. So the first tip, and this is probably the most obvious tip, set realistic goals for yourself and be as specific as you can with your goal. Ask yourself, what do you truly want? For me, my goal was to build a healthy relationship with food. I suffered from binge eating disorder. I wanted to lose weight in a pace that was realistic and an approach that wouldn't be anything too crazy and anything too drastic. So I chose to lose 40 pounds within 6 months. And my ultimate goal was to be able to change my lifestyle. Number 2, it's probably the most biggest tip for me, changing your attitude. Think of this example. If you walk into a job and you get a new job, right? You like the concept of the job, you like the idea of it, you like that it makes you money, it's convenient. However, if you were to walk in that job with a negative mindset, so for example, you say, man, doing the actual work, I don't like it. It frustrates me, it's too challenging, then it's harder for you to walk into that job. You eventually quit that job and you give up and you're done with it. Now, if you walk into a job with a positive attitude, let me look at the more positive thing. Even though there's challenges, even though there's tricky things, maybe it's hard, whatever, if you look at it with a different attitude, it will help you to make the job that much easier. Same thing that goes for your weight loss journey. If you walk in with a negative attitude, like I have to give up this food, I have to stick to something for 3 months, I have to get on a diet. No, don't even think of it as a diet. And I say this all the time, don't think of yourself on a diet. Don't diet. Just think of yourself as you changing your lifestyle. Like, wow, this is gonna be a new journey. Wow, this is an adventure. This is gonna be exciting. I get to completely transform myself. I get to learn. I get to learn how to cook for myself. I get to learn how to come out with new recipes. If you change the wording in your head, it will make it a million times easier. That's just with anything that you start with in life, anything that you do new. You must remember there's always going to be challenges, but you can overcome those challenges. My next tip, which is tip number 3, changing short-term satisfaction with long-term goals. Example of a short-term satisfaction. So back into the beginning of what I was saying earlier, how you get on your journey, you stay with it, you stick with it for a while, and then all of a sudden you start feeling that moment of weakness, you start having craving and you want to eat all these boxes of cookies, whatever. Stay like late at night, you start having craving and you're really trying to get yourself to stop like binging and having craving. So an example of a short-term satisfaction, short-term goal is you have that cookie. You are thinking about how bad you want it now. You're thinking about now. You think about, well, I feel like it, so I'm gonna eat it and I want it now. Instead of thinking about now and what you can do to replace that with a long-term goal, you can look at that cookie and think, okay, one, I already did my calorie deficit diet, I already did my calorie intake for the day, right? I know that I want this cookie, I know that I'm having these cravings. What I feel now, that's less important than what I really want for myself in the long term. If I keep doing that where and you have to use logic. And if you ask yourself these questions, it's really gonna help you to make your brain think like, after all, you don't really start feeling like you want these cravings, because you just start to think what effect this has on you. I know this cookie seems so good right now. I know that I want to eat it, and I know I'm having these cravings, but I can wake up tomorrow and I can eat this cookie tomorrow. I can eat these other food items in the fridge. And you really have to ask yourself, even if you have to say it out loud, what's more important? I really want to change my habits. I really want to change my eating habits. I really want to get myself to stop having these binging, stop eating all this food in the middle of the night. And the more you do that, it's gonna really help you to learn how to discipline yourself and to get more of that self-control and that more of that discipline. So just so you guys know, I don't cut out cookies out of my diet, and I never have during my weight loss journey. It's all about moderation and portion control. And I personally don't believe in eliminating certain food groups. I think it's important that we can enjoy everything. I still, to this day, I still eat what I want. I still have cake. I still get like dessert, junk food. I just do it in a more moderate approach. This has more to do with how to get yourself to strengthen your mindset and to strengthen that willpower and to get yourself to be more disciplined and to be able to cut that cycle of like having these urges and giving too much into your urge. Now, my fourth tip that I'm finally gonna get into is building your discipline. The way that I view discipline is like this. Think of yourself as if you are on a hiking trail, right? You are going on this trail where it feels like it's gonna be super challenging, and you are at the very beginning of the trail, and the trail requires you to reach all the way to the top. And right now you're at point A, right? And let's say to reach to the top, to reach that goal, is at point G. When you are trying to achieve something, you can't expect yourself to be from point A and then jump to point G overnight, because we don't have superpower. It doesn't just work like that. It just doesn't come overnight. No, you have to go from point A to point B to point C and so on to be able to reach to point G. You can't just jump from point A to point G. And if you think like that, hell yeah, it's gonna be discouraging. Hell yeah, you're gonna be like, what the hell, that's too hard. So how I was able to take baby steps in my weight loss journey was, I'm gonna take you guys back from the very beginning. On January 1st, 2020, of the first day on New Year's, I said that I was gonna go on a calorie deficit diet. I was gonna get 1,500 calories a day. I was gonna get myself to stop eating all this junky fast food that I was addicted to. And I didn't just jump into that right away. What I did was, on January 1st, I actually went out to Santa Barbara with my parents, and we went out to eat. When I went out with my parents and I got food, instead of skipping the food, I just skipped the soda. That was a step. That was a step of me reaching to my goal, because like I said, you guys, I struggled with binging. I struggled with a really negative relationship with food. That right there was a step, and that was a baby step for me to be able to get myself to practice discipline. And the same thing with workouts. For me personally, I could not work out. It was one of the hardest things to do. How I got myself to be able to work out, again, I did it with baby steps. I went from not working out at all the first month, then to doing it about once a week, and then slowly I started building my way up to 2 times, to 3 times, then it got to 4, 5 times. I would do about only 15 minutes, only 10, 15 minutes. Those 10 and 15 minutes of me walking, that did actually so much for me, because I got myself to open that door. And by doing it with baby steps, I got myself to be able to learn how to get myself to change, to get myself to build that discipline to the point where my body's like, oh, okay, you know what? Once out of the week for walking, it's getting pretty easy. Let's try 2 weeks. Then keep doing that. 2 weeks starts getting easy. And then next thing you know, you find yourself working out 3 times out of the week, 4 times out of the week, sometimes 5, even every single day. So I really think that baby steps is the key. My 5th and final tip that I'm gonna get into is patience and trusting the process. Okay guys, I am so sorry my camera died, so I'm recording on my phone. But what I wanted to say about patience and learning how to trust the process, you cannot expect yourself to see results overnight, and you really have to remember you are on a journey and your result will come. Just remember, you will reach to your goal. I promise you. If you hang in there, even if it gets difficult, even if you don't feel like you see your progress, think about it. What you do today, what you do tomorrow, what you do from a week from now, that is going to affect your future, and it's going to show that result. It's going to come to you. It's going to show. Even if you're making this little effort, this little progress, even if the scale goes down a little bit, that is still effort and that is still progress. I promise you. Small progress is progress. Whether it's small or big, progress is progress. Comment that down below. Progress is progress. Whether you are making small progress or big progress, progress is progress. It's celebrate your accomplishment. Always, 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 always reward yourself. If you're watching me and you feel like you're losing hope and you're on your weight loss journey, you're on your fitness journey, if you did only half of the effort today, let's say that you had a really healthy breakfast, healthy lunch, and then you messed up by skipping the gym, skipping your workout. Instead of getting mad that you didn't work out today or something, take the time if it resonates with you. Think, I'm proud of myself because I ate a healthy breakfast. I'm proud of myself because I ate 2 healthy things today. And the old me wouldn't have done that, because the old me, I wouldn't even try. The old me wouldn't even try to make effort. Be proud of yourself. Be proud of your small accomplishment. I don't care if that accomplishment is you drank 8 cups of water today and you feel like that's nothing. I don't care if your accomplishment is skipping the soda. Celebrate that. Celebrate every accomplishment you make. Feel good. After something, that an effort that you put into yourself, when you invest yourself, celebrate that. Celebrate it because you are making change. You are making a change in yourself. You are doing something right now that's gonna eventually lead you to your goal and lead you to where you want to be. Every day you're getting up and you know that you're trying. Even if you have a day where you messed up completely, you get up tomorrow and you try again. Celebrate that. Celebrate that because you are making change, because you are putting the effort in, because you are trying to learn. You are going through learning curve and you're still doing it anyway. Celebrate that. That is dedication. That is you keep going. That is strength. Celebrate your strength. Celebrate your effort. And the reason why I keep saying this and why it's so important is because that is what gets you to feel more encouraged. If you really think about it, oftentimes what we do is we start to feel really guilty. We start to feel really unmotivated. We start to give up on ourselves. Instead of giving up and losing patience, think of, well, you know what? I still got up and I tried. And you know what? I can get up and try again tomorrow. Another thing that I want to say is you can't expect yourself to be perfect. You can't. That just doesn't exist. You can't be perfect. You cannot strive for perfection. The only thing that you can thrive on is your effort, and thriving on you making an effort. Thriving on you're doing the best that you can. That is what you can do. That is what you can put your focus on and rely on. Every time you start to feel that moment like you want to give up, think, no, I'm not giving up. Because if I give up now, I'm going to go back to where I was, and I don't want to go back to that place. I don't want to be back in that place where I was before. I don't want to be back to where I was. I don't want the same mindset I had. No, I'm focused on the future. I'm focused on what I really want. And when you do that, that's going to make you feel so much more motivated, and that's going to be like, you know what? I'm after that goal and I'm going to go and get it. And you're after that goal, so you better go and get it. I believe in you guys 100% because that's how certain I am that you guys are capable of reaching your goal. Whatever that you have set for yourself, you are capable of it. Remember that you are capable of anything that you put your mind to. You are capable of it 100%. All right, you guys, that is it for today's video. I hopefully some of these tips can be helpful for you guys. If you have any questions, any comments, always feel free to DM me at Lady Picasso or leave a comment down below this video. And I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye!